Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Woodbury, Minnesota. Thank you for joining me today. Oh, I am in a little close. Let me back out a little bit. There you go. Thank you for joining me. I have lots and lots to share, so I'm just going to get started. I don't see anybody here yet, but I know Facebook doesn't let me see comments, so I will check in on comments here in a minute. Oh, let me clean this up a little bit. I'd like to make sure my space is clear for you to concentrate on what's in front of us. So, tomorrow is a big day with Stampin' Up! This catalog, May through August 2026 catalog, goes live at midnight Mountain Time because we're based in Utah. We go by midnight there. So obviously 1 a.m. here in the Central Time, 2 a.m. East Coast if you're really interested in getting a jump on your ordering. So this catalog goes live tomorrow. We have a new product of the month for May. I'll just tell you it's vellum, and I'll leave it at that. I'll be sharing pictures soon about that. I'm excited to get it. It'll be fun to play with. We have online exclusives that also start tomorrow. And I don't know if you can see my Winnie the Pooh. I know he's sideways. I've shown you those products. That's part of the online exclusives. We have 2 new kits coming. One is balloon related, which is kind of funny because we're using the balloon Festoon bundle today for our card. Oh, and then the last thing, that if you have ever considered becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, May is going to be an awesome time to join. It's still $99 to join. This is US money, of course. $99 to join, but if you like these colors, you can get all 5 of these stamp pads for free when you join Stampin' Up! During May. So, Chris Cantaloupe is a returning color. It was an in color 2013 to 15. With Barely Blush Hydrangea Hue, we're using this one today. Golden Glow is the perfect color for Winnie the Pooh, and you've seen me use that. Was it last week, I think? And then Peaceful Pine, beautiful green, and it is a little bit different than Shaded Spruce. It's muted and not as bright. Shaded Spruce is much brighter. So it'll be fun to make Christmas trees with Peaceful Pine. So you can get these for free when you join Stampin' Up! During May. And if you don't like these or don't want more ink, you can opt. So these are worth $63. If you don't want the ink, you could opt for $35 of extra product. So normally you get, for your $99, you get $125, up to $125 worth of products in your, we call it a starter kit. I think that's kind of a funny thing. Let's see what else. You get catalogs and other business-related items. But so there's that bonus for May. I'd love to have you on the Polaris stamping team. Oh, I can't put these on the ground. I'm going to need them. I'd love to have you on our team. It'd be fun to welcome new people. We have a good time. Once a month we meet on Zoom. Okay. Oh, I'll just put this here and let you look at it while I talk about May for me. So this is the card we're going to make today. I learned a lot. I'm glad I made a sample copy before now. I left it blank on the front. And this is Hydrangea Hue. So one thing is I wanted to get Hydrangea Hue into your hands so you can see how this goes with the other colors that you already own. Let me refresh here and see if I have comments. Hello, Kathy. Thanks for joining. My comments aren't coming live as they're supposed to. And I even have live chat. Oh, wait, maybe that'll work. I clicked live chat, so we'll see if that comes on. Anyway, so I wanted to get Hydrangea Hue into your hands. Balloon Festoon is a new bundle. It's on page 39 of that catalog that starts tomorrow if you have that. Hopefully you do. So that's one card. So I'm offering this, and I'll send you 2 kits, card kits, to make this card during May if you order $75 or more. And then next Monday, I'm going to use the Fern and Flora bundle. Obviously stamps and dies, and there's coordinating paper called Moonlit Flora. I can't remember the page number. You can look it up in your catalog. And so next week I'll be featuring this, and whatever card I make out of these, you'll get 2 card kits for the 1 card. So I'm going to give you 2, thinking that when I get a card kit, I make one exactly as whoever suggests, whether it's paper pumpkin or a Kits Collection kit. And then sometimes I like to play around and see what else I can do. So if I were you, and you can do whatever you want, obviously, I would make one just like I made here, and then maybe play around and add, instead of the basic black, add different colors, use the pieces for something different, maybe play around with this piece and use this embossed piece for another card or whatever. I don't know. Just lots and lots of ideas. Okay, so I think I didn't cover everything. So today I'm doing this card. Next Monday I'm doing this card here on Facebook. Well, on my Facebook page as normal for my live. But then this Wednesday, May 6th, I'm going to try a YouTube live, and I'm going to be talking about the new products. So the catalog, the online exclusives, the product of the month, the kits. I don't have the product of the month or the kits. I can only order them tomorrow. We don't get a pre-order on those. But maybe I'll print out a flyer to show you what they look like. So that's live, same 7:30 Central Time on Wednesday on YouTube, though, not here on Facebook. I wanted to try something different. And I put a little commercial out earlier today about that. So that was kind of fun. Just to make sure I know how to use YouTube and how to go live on YouTube. It's different than here on Facebook. Okay, let's refresh one more time and see if we have any questions. Thank you for joining today, Kathy. I appreciate that. No, still just Kathy saying hello. All right, so Balloon Festoon, like I said, the bundle's on page 39, and if you look on page 39, it'll tell you what pages the stamp set and dies are on from there. So let me know in the comments, Kathy, what do you think this is? Is that supposed to be a streamer, like up on the wall above your balloons? Or do I turn it sideways and that's the tail of a big balloon? I don't know. And this largest balloon is humongous. It is bigger than a card front. This large balloon in here, and if you go online, it tells you this is almost over 4 1/4. 4 3/8 is what I'd call it, by 5, almost 6, 5 7/8, or 5 15/16 or something. It's big. It's bigger than a card front. Here, I can show you. Look at that. It's bigger than a card front. It's taller. It's just about as wide, but it's much taller. So that's the biggest one. So I have some of the smaller ones already die cut and ready to go. All right. Oh, goodness. We're going to leave this here so you can see where I'm going, and it'll help me remember. And I will point out all the pitfalls I discovered when I was making this card. And in your card, with your card kit, I'm going to send you a PDF that I've already started so you can make this joy fold yourself. This is 4 1/4. Oh, why do I have centimeters down here? Interesting. 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. Scored at 5 1/2. So that makes our standard card base. And then this is just half of the card front. So there's that. And then I have a piece of Hydrangea Hue, and I use the Forever Plaid embossing folder, and I put it at an angle so that I didn't have to line up the embossed lines straight with my cardstock. So I put it at an angle. So we're just going to adhere that real quick. Lots of adhesive because because of the uneven surface. I think it needs that extra bit. All right, so we're going to start with that. That's good. That's good. All right. And then we have a piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4, our standard. And we're going to stamp on it, just like I did on this piece. I like the confetti there. All right, I asked Kathy a question, and now I can't see the comments. I don't know why. Let's refresh again. I don't know. Okay, what am I doing? Kathy says, I don't think it's a tail for the balloon. Maybe you could attach balloons to it. I don't know. I haven't played with it yet. But I like this solid balloon. It's kind of fun. I think I'm just going to make this card very much like that one. Oh, sorry for the noise. So I need the confetti. We'll just start with that. I always use the smallest block I can. And then I know this goes a little beyond, so it's about half an inch-ish, I don't know. So I'm turning my paper instead of turning my stamp. Sometimes I'll turn my stamp so that it looks very random. All right, so just get some confetti here. It might be fun to add some other colors. If you have our old balloon punch, you could add more balloons to your card and use other colors. I think it'll be fun to make these balloons with Designer Series paper and really kind of not go crazy, but really have fun with them. There's so many sizes. So this layer is going to go right on here. And I've learned I don't need near as much glue as I have been using. So I just put the four corners and a little bit in the middle. And just center that on here. So I'll have these pieces all cut, and then you just need your own adhesives to put it together. All right. Keep losing my... Uh-oh, I do not have a piece. You're going to have to see me cut some paper here. I wasn't going to make this card before now. I wasn't going to have a sample. Let me grab this, but I decided I did want to have a sample. Just to show in my commercial that I made this afternoon. So this piece is going to be, and I'm using two-tone. Again, I just want you to see what it's like to use two-tone. So this is going to be 3 by 8. I have to open the arm. Get that out of the way and move my cutting blade out of the way and score it 4. So it's going to be a 3 by 4 little mini card. And so there is a light and dark. I put the dark on the outside. You know what? I can actually adhere that. So I didn't do anything to this. I'm going to put a lot, I'm going to put a lot on the edge where it opens, figuring that's going to get moved a lot. And I'm just going to center this like that. Hold one side and burnish, hold the other side and burnish. And this, they call it a joy fold. I do not know why. You can see it's not closing, so what I do with that is burnish this better. No, still not. Maybe use this. And this. A little bit better. All right, now I have white pieces, and these will all be in the instructions. So one for the front. So where it says happy birthday on the inside, I put let's celebrate and stamped another balloon. Oh, you can't see the stars. I stamped stars on that balloon. All right, let's get some more stamps out. You know, stamping is my favorite part of this whole thing. So I have to stamp. And I'm just going to do it like that other one. This happy birthday is quite large. I was thinking it was smaller than that. For these long ones, I do like to use this long block. Oh, goodness. Words aren't coming to me. That's bad. All right. These are just magnetic. Oh, I didn't talk about our new pads. Have I talked about them yet? I think I did. They're magnetic. And they do stick together. See, I think you can hold. You can see they stick together. So I'm having to change the way I store my pads. I normally stack like 12 of them on top of each other, and it's going to be hard to get a pad out of the middle if they're all stacked up and magnetically adhered to each other. And they just open. There's little place here for you to open them. Nice little well for you to do some techniques with. So I find that our newest inks, these and last year's in colors, maybe even the year before that, are kind of bubbly. And so I like to ink it up a lot. And then I'm going to hold it on here. And you can even see, can you see that it's not really smooth? ink coverage. So what I find, and this has been helping me, is hold it for just a second and I rock it just a tad, and then I get a pretty decent image. So that's one little trick if you're having like bubbles in your stamping. Usually I practice before I stamp on my cards. Of course, you can turn it over if you didn't like the first stamping, and I think on that card I did. And then the other one I had, Enjoy Your Day. We'll do Enjoy Your Day on the inside of this card. Don't want to get ink all over it. Alright, Enjoy Your Day. Again, ink, 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 ink. I'm going to put it in the middle, and I'm going to hold it for just a second. That's not bad. Not bad. Alright, I do like to put these back because they barely give you enough room. And let's put ink, 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 lots of ink. We'll just put this off to the side and hold it. Not bad. A stamp positioner would give you a much better image that you could restamp, but that's okay. I don't mind. Oh, some dots might be kind of fun. Let's pull out the dots. Okay, so that's the inside and the outside. Let's go ahead and put those on so I don't get too confused. Just a little bit of glue. Kathy, have you noticed this bundle? I love using balloons for birthday cards. You can make it recipient's favorite color. I usually use bright colors. It's just fun and festive. We have so many great colors that we could use as combinations. So, and if you want more room to write on this card, I would add another piece here or here. All right, so there's our card. Now we need some balloons. And I already have some die cut. And I am going to include some Hydrangea Hue balloons, some basic black two-tone, so they're gray on the, looks like gray on the back, and a silver one. So I have to order more silver foil tomorrow, but I have enough to make a few kits for you. Let's close our ink pad real quick. And, okay, so these little dies kind of drive me crazy. The release hole in the die sometimes comes through. Can you see right there? There's like a little bump, and that was where the release hole made an indentation. So what I like to use my bone folder and just even that out. I notice it mostly on the little ones, not on the bigger ones. One more here. Okay. Glue for the little one. And these little pieces, the accent pieces for the balloons, do come two to a die. So you don't have a die this small. And I think they give you a left and right, so you can make them either way. Just adds a little dimension. Looking, obviously not real dimension, but all right. Get this one out. Put that there. And just let it sit. If I push it too hard, the glue will ooze out. And I don't know which ones I'm using. I think this one's too big. But I will send you a variety of balloons for you to play with. Alright, and we'll put this big one on the big balloon. I probably could have done this before. Too much glue. I'm just going to let it sit, and then I will use my adhesive eraser to clean that up. You can see on that my first card I had some issues, and I will show you the mistake I made. Well, I'll tell you the mistake I made and then show you how I'm going to fix it. I had to take that other card apart. Sorry, I'm not seeing comments again. We're going to set that aside, and now we're going to stamp on our Hydrangea Hue balloons. Let's do this big dots. I think that's really fun. It'd be fun to use this stamp. Here, let me get you, which is this one here, just to make a background with dots. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh my gosh. All the ideas, the bright colors you could use. I'm going to slow down and get better coverage. There we go. I like that double dot. It's kind of cute. So that one has some dots. Let's do our envelope with dots while I have it out. So with my card, I'm only using one ink color. Like I said, if you get my card kits, you could obviously add another color of your own. Cute. All right, and then the other balloon, let's do something different. Here are our choices. Maybe the confetti, that'll tie into the confetti on the card base. And I think that's still out on a block. There it is. So some confetti on this one. We'll just stamp it in the middle and then add a little bit more there. Cute. I think that's everything I need. And we're going to add these pieces to our Hydrangea Hue balloons. And then put them on and we're done. Since we already did the inside and we did our envelope. Oh, we're going to cover up those beautifully stamped ones. Oh, well. Let's see, I have some extra pieces. These reverse tweezers are very handy for these small pieces. Set that right there. Let it go. All right. Now let's put some balloons on our card. I'm going to start with the big one. I'm going to use this as my sample. So I can put the big one here. So I know I want ink or adhesive here to hold my balloon down, and then I want it on the bottom, but I don't know how far to put it here. So I often do my adhesive this way. I know it's going to cover the corner and the bottom of my balloon there. So I can put it as low as I can. And then I'm just going to do it the same as this one. Next I have the silver one. Again, I want it on, oh, I didn't. Let's get out my nice bone folder. It still says Stampin' Up on it. I like to flatten it. Sometimes the dies have that edge from where it, because the dies have the, it's just how the dies work. I can't get this off. I should have done it before. Just even it out a little bit. There we go. Not quite as noticeable. And again, I only want it on the bottom because I want the top to stick off. So I'm going to hold the top of the balloon, and then I know not to put adhesive where my finger is. So just like that. And then we'll put the black one over here. Again, I know I'm... Oh, this is where I messed up. I put it off to the side, and then you couldn't open the card. So this, whatever you put on this side of the card where the hinge is, don't put your balloon beyond the card, beyond this folded piece. So you can go up to it, but if you put it here, you're not going to be able to open it, or you will crease your balloon when you do open it. So I had to move it, and I had to tear that whole thing apart. So adhesive here and adhesive on the bottom. And then I can put this here. And I can't go above the card base here because it won't fit my envelope. So below here and not beyond here on this side. You can go beyond on this side because that's just how it opens. Look at that. Very lovely. Let's put one here. Whoops. let's use some dimensionals. And just use some of these. This is from a kit, can you tell? Oops. And we're going to put one there, and then one on the bottom. Sorry, Kathy, I asked you a question, and then I haven't refreshed my screen to see your answer. Let's do that real quick. She says the bundle does make a cute card. I agree. And Kathy lives in Southwest Missouri. She says, I'm on the deck. The hummingbird just came by to watch you. Oh my gosh, I could feel the air from his wings on my neck. Oh, how fun is that? Do you have a feeder, Kathy? That would be really fun to see. I'm going to put this here. I want to see the bottom of this balloon, so I'm going to put one right here in the corner, and then the other one up on this side of my balloon. And then we'll put it like that. And there's our card. I think that's everything. So we have the front with happy birthday. Enjoy your day. Oh, I like it. Very fun. Again, this is Hydrangea Hue. And you'll get supplies to make 2 cards. And then next Monday, I'll show you the cards you'll make. Second set of cards that you will receive kits for if you purchase $75 in products this month during the month of May. And I will include one of you ordered on Saturday with our sale, and I will include you. So that's what I have today. So all those things start tomorrow. The catalog, the online exclusives, the product of the month, the 2 kits. One is balloons. That'll be fun to look at. And the join special, whether you want 5 new ink pads for free as part of your kit, or an extra $35 in product that you get to select. So thank you for joining me. Let me refresh one more time and see if there's any questions. This Verily blush is so pale. I will only be using that, I think, to color flowers and as a background. It's very, very pale. It's a pretty color, don't get me wrong. Kathy says, yes, she has 2 feeders. How fun. All right. Thank you for joining me. I hope you join me Wednesday on YouTube. So maybe I'll put a post here on Facebook reminding you that I'm going to be on YouTube, not on Facebook. On Wednesday, 7:30 Central Time, talking about all the new products, because I can show you the inside of the catalog, and I have lots and lots of samples. I did a swap. So I have lots of samples to share. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye. It's not letting me finish.